Before you learned to walk, there was somebody who was walking miles for you. Have you ever observed her? Have you observed your mother, not as a woman who raised you, but as a little girl who wanted to be held herself? Imagine there's a woman standing at midnight on her kitchen top folding laundry. She isn't crying, she isn't shouting. She does it, she does it without stopping. Not that she is not tired, but she was never taught that she could stop. This is a story of a million mothers across the globe. It is taught to them very early that love means sacrifice. That to be a good mother, a good daughter, a good wife, they have to diminish themselves little by little every day. But before they are mothers, they are those little girls curled up in the corners of their room, holding their knees tight. They're not shouting again, they're not crying. They they were never taught how to do that very loudly. But they are waiting for that glance, for that hand, for that little whisper which tells them, I am safe. But only silence met this little girl. She continues to survive, being small yet staying very strong. There comes a time when she becomes a mother herself. She holds her little baby in her hand, but the little girl inside her continues, earns to be held herself first. This is emotional inheritance. It, a trauma that whispers, it doesn't shout. A trauma that doesn't give bruises on the body, but it really bends the soul. This is to let you know that we don't only pass on values, but we pass on wounds, generational wounds. This trauma might not look like abuse, but this is emotional starvation. Here is a mother who wants to raise her child with something. She wants to give something to her child that she never received. But the child is all set to receive. And it is here that the conversation shifts. What if motherhood wasn't about raising a child, but reparenting ourselves? Reparenting isn't a luxury. It is not the newest trend in town. It is a necessity. It is, it is that new sacred change that we need to bring about to break these generational cycles. Reparenting is about sitting beside our little selves, letting them know that you are safe and I will not leave you alone anymore. Reparenting is about presence over performance, it's about regulation over reaction, and it is about compassion over criticism. And believe me, reparenting doesn't start with a parenting manual, but it starts with as simple as a breath, as a small breath. It is about sitting and realizing our own unmet needs that were never fulfilled as a child. Why am I saying that reparenting is so essential for only mothers? It is because mothers are not only the caregivers, they are the emotional thermostats of the family. It is them who hold the family together. It is them who, who take care of our joys, of our safety, of our kingships. And if her nervous system is overwhelmed, how much ever she tries to love, it falls flat. The home feels distorted. A burnt out mother would always serve, but from emptiness, not from wholeness. And the child feels it, the home realizes it. Let me tell you, something magical happens when mothers start to heal. The child is able to exhale, the home softens up, and she herself is able to breathe. It changes the generational script from punishment to conscious parenting through present parenting. Science backs it, in fact. Neurosciences says that children between the age of birth to 7 years work on this theta brainwave state, which is an hypnotic state of extreme absorbency. It is when the child absorbs who we are rather than what we say or what we do. It is basically a state where the child absorbs the energy and not the words. So, in fact, Harvard School of Child Development says children of emotionally healed mothers show 40% more emotional fluency and resilience. They're not only better at academics, but they're better at their relationships. They're better at decision making. They're better at their own self worth. Let me tell you, reparenting isn't about being a perfect parent, it is about being an emotionally available one. I'd like you all to close your eyes and reflect on your own mothers. What is it that they gave you that they never had themselves? What is it that they felt that they tried making you feel that never came to them very easily? I'm sure you will be able to gather some insights on it. Let's move ahead and think. What if how the world would have changed if someone had whispered in their ear that they were allowed to stop? They were allowed to breathe. They were allowed to feel. And they were allowed to heal. This isn't about blame. This is about lineage love. However, you're reparenting your mother, whether through direct connection or inner reflection, reparenting changes the entire generation, not only a single person. So I've been going on about reparenting. You would ask me how to do it. It doesn't come with a to-do list. It involves 4 simple steps. Number 1, pause. Pause and breathe easy. Just take a break. Number 2, feel. Validate your emotions. All emotions are important. It is just that we have to be aware of our own emotions. Number 3, reflect. Reflect on your old patterns and rewrite your newer ones. Number 4, reclaim. Start living. Start aligning with your emotional truths. You may call it a spiritual shift or a psychological integration. I, as a parenting coach, would say it is an amalgamation of both. When a mother meets herself with gentleness, she is able to handle that chaos outside in the outer world. She is able to breathe. She is able to stay. She is able to take that pause. She is able to show that gentleness to that little child who's still struggling to manage their emotion. And she does this not by reintegrating her inner outer world, but by befriending her inner world. And what is the ripple effect? A child of an emotionally healed mother finds it a safe space with this mother. He grows up to be a more regulated human being. He refrains from reacting and he chooses to reflect and regulate his behavior. He grows up, he or she rather, grows up to be a lover, a nurturer, a leader, which actually shifts the society. This healing process is for all of us sitting here. Whether we are a leader, a child, a mother, or a teacher, all of us are a process of this healing cycle. Because when a mother heals, the generation rises. Let me go back to the story from where I had begun. There is a woman standing in her kitchen folding laundry, but she is burdened with these unmet needs. She never wanted to be a martyr, but she didn't know any other way. But we do. We know and we have the liberty to choose. We know that reparenting our own mothers, understanding her unmet needs, and trying to work around those will not only benefit her, but it'll benefit the generations to come. So I leave you with a quote. I would say, break silence and let's give birth to strength. Strength to change not only ourselves, but let's bring the strength to change and reparent our parents first. Thank you.